What is up, family? Welcome back to the channel for some absolutely massive news that is shaking the foundation of our franchise right now. I am your host, and I am fired up because what we just witnessed in that huge rivalry game has everyone talking, but there is a dark cloud looming over one of our biggest stars. We are talking about a massive situation involving our top-tier star receiver and the rookie quarterback who is supposed to be the future of this city. There have been rumors of a rift, rumors of a disconnect, and now we have an update that will blow your mind regarding whether or not this playmaker stays in town for the long haul. Before I break down every single detail of this breaking story, do me a huge favor and smash that like button right now to show your support for the team. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a beat of this incredible season. Also, I want to hear from you down in the comments. Tell me your name and the city you are representing today while watching this video. We are on a roll and I need your energy in the comment section right now. Now, let's dive into the reality of what is happening behind the scenes, because while the winning is great, the business side of the league never sleeps. I am hearing from sources close to the situation that while the connection on the field finally clicked in that overtime thriller, the front office is looking at some very difficult numbers. I am talking about DJ Moore and the Chicago Bears. For much of this season, we have seen the growing pains of a rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams trying to find a rhythm with a veteran alpha receiver like Moore. Under head coach Ben Johnson, the Bears have established a physical and dominant run game, but the passing attack has often looked disjointed. Moore has entered the late stages of this season on track for some of the lowest statistical totals of his career, which is shocking considering his talent. We have seen him visible on the sidelines, showing emotion and frustration, which led many to believe there was a genuine rift forming between the primary target and the #1 overall pick. However, everything changed on Saturday night, December 20th. In a high-stakes Week 16 matchup against the Green Bay Packers, the Bears were missing key weapons in Rome Odunze and Luther Burden III. With the season on the line and the NFC North title within reach, Caleb Williams didn't look for excuses. He looked for DJ Moore. The connection was undeniable when it mattered most. The play that everyone will remember is the 46-yard touchdown strike in overtime. It was a perfectly placed ball that allowed Moore to showcase his elite ball tracking and hands, sealing a 10-point fourth-quarter comeback. Moore finished with 97 yards on 5 catches, and perhaps more importantly, he took to social media after the game to post a photo of himself and Williams with the caption, "My QB," followed by the fingers crossed emoji. This public display of unity suggests that the duo has finally turned the page, embracing the winning culture that is permeating Hallis Hall. With the Detroit Lions losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers shortly after, the Bears have officially secured a playoff berth, guaranteeing at least a wildcard spot. Moore himself admitted to Good Morning Football that playing meaningful football in December and January is a new and thrilling experience for him after years of frustration elsewhere. But here is where the Adam Schefter-style reality sets in for the Chicago front office. While the vibes are at an all-time high, the 2026 offseason presents a massive financial hurdle. DJ Moore is set to begin a massive 4-year extension worth $110 million in 2026. His cap hit for next year is a staggering $28.5 million. When you look at the Bears' current financial health, they are projected to have just $1.24 million in effective cap space for the 2026 free agency period. General Manager Ryan Poles and the scouting department know that this roster is not yet complete. Despite the defensive improvements, there is a gaping void at the edge rusher position opposite Montez Sweat. The team also needs to address the left tackle spot and bolster the secondary depth to compete with the elite offenses of the NFC. The draft capital is also thinner than in previous years, with only 7 selections currently owned for 2026, and only 3 of those falling within the top 100 picks. This creates a scenario where the Bears might be forced to make a blockbuster trade to facilitate roster growth. By trading DJ Moore with a post-June 1 designation, the Bears would save a massive $24.5 million in cap space. Furthermore, a receiver of Moore's caliber would likely command a high Day 2 draft pick or even more depending on the market. From a tactical standpoint, the emergence of Rome Odunze as a potential WR1 and the presence of cheap, young talent at the tight end and receiver positions might make Moore the most logical sacrifice for the greater good of the defense and offensive line. We have seen similar situations across the league where teams have moved on from expensive veteran targets to reset their cap and provide their young quarterback with a more balanced roster. Think of the Kansas City Chiefs moving Tyreek Hill, or the Buffalo Bills trading Stephon Diggs. While Moore's importance to Caleb Williams was validated against the Packers, the long-term sustainability of keeping him at that price point is a genuine debate occurring within the organization.
If the Bears decide to move him, they would be betting on Williams being able to elevate a younger, cheaper supporting cast while using the saved funds to build a top-5 defense. Tactically, Ben Johnson's system relies heavily on spacing and timing, elements that can be replicated if the offensive line is upgraded with the savings from a Moore trade. We must also consider the statistical context. Moore is 28 years old, and while he is still in his prime, the history of wide receivers often shows a decline in value as they approach 30, especially when tied to such high cap numbers. If the Bears can flip him now for maximum value while clearing the books, it could provide the flexibility needed to sign a premier pass rusher or a franchise left tackle in free agency. This is the ultimate NFL paradox. The better a player performs in big moments, the higher his trade value becomes, and for a team with limited resources like the 2026 Bears, that value might be too good to pass up. The next few weeks, including the playoff run, will be a massive audition. If Moore and Williams continue this torrid pace and lead the Bears deep into January, it might become impossible for the fans or the owner to support a trade. However, if the offense stagnates again, or if the defensive needs become even more glaring in a playoff loss, the front office will have to pull the trigger on a move that would stun the league. We are looking at a situation where a player is finally happy and winning, yet his departure has never been more logically sound from a management perspective. It is a ruthless business, and as we look ahead to the offseason, the DJ Moore situation will be the primary domino that determines how the rest of the Bears roster is constructed around their franchise quarterback. We will be watching the salary cap developments closely, as every dollar counts when you are trying to build a sustained championship window in the modern NFL. Stay tuned as we continue to track this evolving story throughout the postseason and into what promises to be one of the most interesting offseasons in Chicago Bears history.